I want to show you a great idea about how to arrange a dozen roses efficiently and quickly. You know, the most important thing when it comes to designing with flowers is longevity. Those of us in the world of retail floristry think that our customers are much more interested in the elements of design, such as color, form, and texture. And those things are important, but the most important thing to our customer consistently, statistics show us, is longevity. So we know we want a long-lasting floral arrangement, and we want to create this in a very fast manner. I'm going to show you how to make a dozen roses in a fast manner designed to last a long time. I've selected 12 long stem roses for this effort, and you know, when you look at your flowers, you want to be sure that you have very fresh flowers that you're working with that have been treated along the lines with the proper post-harvest care and handling techniques. Now, when I make my arrangement, I need to follow through with that to make sure none of the foliage falls below the water line in my design. Another thing to keep in mind too is the removal of thorns. When we remove flower thorns from a stem, we want to take special care that we remove only the sharpened tip of the thorn and not the entire thorn. Reason being, some of the vascular tissue that allows for water uptake in the stem goes into the lower part of the thorn morphology. So if we slice through that, we lose that water uptake ability into the rest of the stem and the head of the flower. As you know, roses are very bent neck sensitive. So if we remove some of the water uptake capability, we're going to create a floral that now wilts very quickly. So my first step is to remove any of the foliage that would fall below the water line, and using a sharp knife, I remove those flower stems in just 1 or 2 sweeps and then drop them into the vase of floral food solution. As you can see, they already array themselves beautifully, so it lessens the need for me to have to add additional foliage to the design. I'm taking this foliage now, this is called rhamnus, and I selected the variegated type of this plant material because it goes nicely with the yellow of the rose itself. When I remove this, I give each stem a nice sharp cut with my knife and move onward. You know, in woody stem plant materials, it's okay to use tools such as rose cutters and other types of clippers. But when we work with soft herbaceous plant material stems, such as spring flowers or chrysanthemums, summer flowers like dahlias, etc., we should be using a knife because the knife creates a nice clean cut on the end of the stem and does not pinch together the water-conducting vessels of the plant material. Sometimes some floral designers like to add a little bit of a filler type of plant material as an accent flower into the design. This could be something along the lines of baby's breath or annual status. Whatever it takes to please your customer and to price it appropriately is really ultimately the best way. So now I've added all my plant materials to this vase. I remove them from the container at this point. And this vase becomes what I refer to as the work vase. And I'm going to set that aside. I remove any of the foliage that fell below the water line into the design initially, and by doing that, clean it. Then I have my vase that is decorated, and in your shop you may have something that's decorated with ribbon. I sort of prefer some of the decorative wires manufactured by Smithers Oasis. I drop this into place and I have a fully decorated dozen rose arrangement that would retail at your particular price point, whether it's $60, $70, or at holiday times as high as $100 or $125, all created within minutes. At this point in time, I would take this floral design and I would mist it with Crowning Glory Anti-Transpirant. Then following that, I would use a nice sleeve found at my local wholesale florist to package this. You can get so many more packaged floral arrangements in your cooler at busy times like Mother's Day and Valentine's Day. Then, when I sell them, I'm ready to roll because everything is freshly prepared using the best post-harvest products available on the market, brought to you by Smithers Oasis.